Segment 4 of the NFL show. And if you didn't watch last segment, that was probably in the whole season. If you're looking at all the games, the one to skip, because that was probably the least. That was probably the games that were least interesting on the schedule. But if you're looking just to watch us, and it was probably the one to watch because there was probably the most sound bites and the most humor in it. But anyway, the plot is Wes misses you.
He does. He should.
He
should.
Every time he says Wes Welker and Danny Woodhead, you miss him. You miss him. Plot twist. He misses you. Anyway, a battle of the birds. Philadelphia against Arizona.
How about them Cardinals? They are back to a great season now. They're up to 7-4 now, and Carson Palmer, I tell you what, that guy is doing some stuff right now.
Even Kurt Warner is impressed.
I mean, he's had 2 great weeks in a row now, and he is carrying this team. And last week, carried this team to a humongous win over the Colts, who I thought Arizona was good, but not that good take on the Colts, but they did, which I am very impressed with that right now.
And plus, that win in Week 5 over Carolina looks a lot more impressive on their record.
It does now.
Than it did back in Week 5.
But right now, you have a team right now, they're on something, Philly as well, on doing some good stuff right now. Now they're kind of a bye week, so they're a little more rested, and they have just announced, like yesterday, that Nick Foles is going to be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season, which I was waiting for like 2 weeks ago. I don't know why it took so long to figure that out. Come on, Chip Kelly, get some going here. Anyways, this team has got some going as well, as their offense has been powerful. I really haven't watched if they've been doing the option and all that stuff, but it seems like their throwing has been doing a very good job, passing wise. And I've been killing myself in this game all week. Not gonna lie, this is the hardest pick for me all week, and I was going back and forth between these two.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. But since I'm just going with gut feeling this one, this is my first pick, I gotta stay with it. I'm gonna go with Arizona in this one. Even though Philly did get the first home win a couple weeks ago, and good for them, they got their first win time in 16 games, I think, or something like that it was. Arizona's gonna make that jack to a 1-game losing streak again. Sorry, Philly. And they're gonna win this one 31-28.
I also have Arizona winning this game. It's one of those. It's like you said, one of those toss-ups. But I think had Indianapolis beaten Arizona, I probably would have picked Philly to win this game.
I would have too, easily.
But Arizona, if you watch their team, is a good team. Like I said in the segment before with Bruce Arians. I also think they win this game 41-31. I think it was good. It's that, and probably what we'll discuss in the 4th segment, Kansas City and Denver, will be the shootouts of the week, I think. Who knows with that game, too. 41-31, I think. Carolina against the Bucks.
The Bucks right now got going a little streaking right now, as they are now up to a 3-game winning streak.
No, ladies, not the actual streaking.
You go streaking. I gotta let's do this. I'm streaking! Come on, everyone! But right now, fans might be streaking on that streak because they are so happy right now that they actually got 3 wins. I gotta laugh. I feel good now.
Yeah.
Life's complete. Anyways, Tampa Bay now, they've got some stuff going for them right now, but now they are coming into a very tough game, and I'd say their toughest game of the season as they play the Carolina Panthers, who are also streaking, if you could say, as they are now up to an 8-game winning streak, I believe it is now.
And no, ladies, Cam Newton isn't streaking just yet.
He might be later on, though. Hey, who knows? And right now, they came off a very close game, actually, with the Miami Dolphins, which kind of surprised them, but they did get the win no matter what. A win's a win. And they are doing a great job this season. And Cam Newton, he's impressing me every week because he is now playing actually like a great quarterback this season and playing like an elite one. So that's Superman. He's here. He's here. And I believe Carolina's going to take this one because one, they think they are at home. They are a tough team to beat at home. And they're going to take this one 34-17.
I looked at the Bucks' schedule, I believe, after they beat the Lions, and I actually tweeted, if you saw it, watch the Bucks go 8-8. But they're playing the wrong teams, I think, just like the Ravens we discussed in the first segment, or the second. I do believe Carolina wins this one, 27-13. I'm actually not surprised that they had a bit of a hangover after the Miami game, or during the Miami game. Even though, as I said, I thought they were playing the Saints this week. They're not. But that is next week, and if you don't know, Bob Costas announced it last week. That has been flexed to next Sunday night.
Yep.
As it probably should be.
Yep.
And as I tweeted Monday night, I think they should flex Monday night games too. Because San Francisco and Washington.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. That was all. Yeah, I like that one.
But at the beginning of the season, you'd have thought, man, that actually
that could be a good game, but since I'll go on that one later because I think
Yeah.
we both of them up from soon here.
Yes. But yeah, Carolina wins this one 27-13. And Taekwon Underwood might want to cut his hair. If you looked at his hair.
If you're winning, keep it going. Why not?
Why not? And maybe me and Greg Schiano minus the Schiano dictatorship. Do we look like brothers?
I can see it. I can see it.
Not with the long hair, of
No,
course.
long hair.
That's what I thought as I saw Schiano on the sidelines. Anyway, Buffalo against Atlanta. Where is this game? Toronto.
Toronto? Oh, I did not know that one actually. I have a Canadian game here. All right.
Eh?
Get some Canadian, some actual football.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the 20-yard touchdown kind of version
Yes.
they have, I have quite interesting football they have there. But anyways, back to NFL football.
Yes, speaking of Toronto, Kate Bach is this week's Woman Crush Wednesday. SI Swimsuit Model Rookie of the Year. Look her up. Follow her on Twitter at Caitlin 2N's E Bach. Anyway, back to you.
Wow, that's quite impressive. Not gonna lie, that was. No. Anyways, back to Atlanta. Wow, you guys aren't doing so good either, are you, Atlanta? Because they are right now at 2-9 now.
Kate looks more impressive than Atlanta.
Oh yeah, Atlanta. I hope so. He's a girl. Come on now. But Atlanta right now, they are in a huge hole, and Matt Ryan, I gotta feel bad for him because he ain't doing anything. Steven Jackson ain't doing anything, which I thought he would have at the beginning of the season. But again, he's playing for a crappy team. Wherever he goes, they must be crappy or have to be pretty bad.
Or he might be bad. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah. And now you have two wide receivers. This entire team's pretty much missing right now. They are MIP. MIA, my bad, MIP. I don't want to say MIP for
No.
MIA. And right now they're playing a Buffalo team who last week got a little bit of a rest now, and they've been playing all right. I believe they are they 5-6 as well? Or are they 4-7? I believe.
I think they're 4-7.
4-7, but still in the playoff hunt, which is 4-7. You shouldn't be in the playoff hunt. I don't feel like you shouldn't be, but that's the NFL for you.
Yep.
And they, I feel like, are playing at a better tempo than they usually should be. EJ Manuel, I feel like they got him back and kind of helped the team a little bit. And Atlanta fans, you are in some trouble for the rest of the season, I feel like, and you guys are going to lose this one. Because I have Buffalo taking this one 17-7. And partly because Buffalo is home, I feel like they can play very good at home. It's just hard for this Atlanta team to get anything going right now, and I feel like they're just in a huge slump and are going to remain like that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's basically the Falcons for you. The Atlanta Falcons, basically. Yeah. What? The Atlanta Falcons. If you saw the picture on NFL memes, it's a bird looking down. And that's how the Falcons have played this season. They haven't risen up, as Samuel L. Jackson thinks. If you didn't watch the Thursday night game, Samuel L. Jackson was there. But anyway.
Yeah, I know that.
In Toronto, Even the Argonauts will be watching this game. CFL team. Shout out to the CFL. Saskatchewan Rough Riders won the Grey Cup.
Yep, they did.
I think Buffalo wins this game 31-21. I think there will be a little more scoring, but who knows? The atmosphere will be the same as if this game were to be in Orchard Park. And apple orchard sounds good. Apple cider, yummy. Buffalo wins 31-21, basically. What else could I say? San Francisco against St. Louis.
Well, St. Louis, their defense stepped up again last week as they got a humongous win over the Chicago Bears, I feel like, and I don't know what St. Louis's record is. It 4-7, 5-6? I think it's
5-6. I think
there.
something right there.
You know, the NFC ain't the same as the AFC because the NFC's pretty much got their two wildcard teams as pretty good winning teams. But right now they're doing on a little hot streak right now. And San Francisco getting back on a little winning streak now as they pretty much tore apart Washington, which again Washington not that good of a team. We'll get back to that one later and we'll talk about them. But right now these two teams are playing pretty good football right now, even though St. Louis record doesn't show it, but they are playing better than when they had Sam Bradford in, I feel like.
At times.
At times they can, yes, at times they're off, but I am going to go with the upset on this one. I have St. Louis taking down San Francisco 24-20. I feel like the St. Louis defense is going to do something to Kaepernick and get him the win.
Well, of course, what's Cole's logic? Or at least my logic. Every time I pick St. Louis, what happens?
They win.
Just like earlier in the season, your first week on, I picked St. Louis to beat Houston. And if that game were this week, that would have been an easy pick.
Oh, yes, it would. Really
but in that week, I picked St. Louis to beat them, and what happened? St. Louis beat them. But, plot twist, I picked San Francisco in this one. 17-14. I think it will be similar to the Michigan State game, how it will be a defensive battle, but there will be a little bit more offense, of course. San Francisco, at home, at Candlestick Park, their last year. Even though St. Louis is almost like the NFC's Jets, they're up and down, I think this week will be a down week for them. Who knows?
Yeah, it was a divisional game as well, so.
So who knows with that team? Who knows with any team? This is the NFL. Let's look at the Jags. Anyway. Segment 5 in our final segment. Coming up next.